Today, we're diving into a discovery that might just redefine who you think you are, right down to your very cells. So let me start with a question. When you look in the mirror, who do you see? You probably think you're seeing one single, unique individual. But what if I told you that you are, in fact, a community? In Greek mythology, you had the chimera, this fearsome beast, right? A total mashup of different animals in one body, a monstrous hybrid. And for centuries, that's all it was, just a myth. But here's the twist. It turns out we are all chimeras. No, not with lion heads or serpent tails, thankfully, but with something far more subtle and way more profound, living inside us. So what does that actually mean? How can you be a chimera? Well, the answer goes all the way back to the very beginning of your life. You see, during pregnancy, the placenta isn't some perfect barrier. It's much more like a bustling border crossing. You've got cells traveling in both directions, from mother to baby, and, just as amazingly, from the baby back into the mother. And these little cellular guests aren't just from your mother. While she carries cells from you, you're carrying cells from her. But it goes even deeper than that. The cells you get from your mom could have originally come from her mother, your grandmother, or even an older sibling. You are, in a very real way, a living family album. Now, scientists have a name for this whole phenomenon, microchimerism. And these cells from our relatives are called our hidden guests. But, just how hidden are they really? Incredibly. We are talking about extreme rarity here. For every 1 million of your own cells, there might be just a single guest cell. 1. It's an almost unbelievably small number. And it's so easy to just dismiss something that rare, right? 1 in a million sounds insignificant. But just like a single voice can completely change the direction of a crowd, these few cells can have an absolutely enormous impact on our health and our identity. A lot of what we're covering here is brilliantly captured in the book Hidden Guests by journalist Lise Barnude. She does an amazing job weaving together all these scientific threads into a really captivating story about what it means to be human. The story of how we even discovered these hidden guests is a fantastic piece of scientific detective work. It's full of accidental observations and these mind-blowing moments that forced everyone to go back and rewrite the textbooks. The very first clue actually showed up way back in the late 1800s when a pathologist found these strange, giant cells in the lungs of mothers. Then, decades later, in 1969, scientists found male Y chromosome cells in the blood of women pregnant with boys. But the real bombshell dropped in 1993 when a geneticist named Diana Bianchi proved these cells weren't just temporary visitors. No, they stick around for decades, becoming a permanent part of the mother's body. This discovery just blew a huge hole in a central rule of immunology. For about a century, the belief was pretty simple. Our immune system has one job: identify non-self cells and destroy them. But microchimerism proves our bodies are perfectly happy to host cells from our relatives, challenging pretty much everything we thought we knew. And this led to another massive leap forward. A rheumatologist named Lee Nelson started wondering why so many autoimmune diseases seem to affect women way more than men. Her innovative theory was that maybe, just maybe, these hidden guest cells were involved, either by triggering an immune response or by being the target of one. This new understanding didn't just rewrite the old rules, it opened up an entirely new medical frontier with some pretty incredible possibilities for healing. So check this out. There was a teenage boy who'd received a kidney transplant from his mother. And one day, he just decides to stop taking the powerful anti-rejection drugs that are keeping him alive. Now, for the doctors, this was an absolute nightmare scenario. All the medical books said his immune system should have immediately attacked that foreign kidney, leading to organ failure. They were preparing for the worst. But the worst never came. To everyone's complete astonishment, his body simply accepted it. The boy's immune system showed zero signs of rejecting the kidney. Why? Because the maternal cells he'd carried since birth had been teaching his immune system his whole life to recognize his mother's tissue as self. And the benefits are just astounding. These guest cells can help prevent organ rejection, like we just saw. Fetal cells have actually been seen traveling to a mother's injuries and helping her heal by turning into new skin or blood vessel cells. And maternal cells can even pass on immune memories to their babies, giving them a head start against infections. So, these tiny, rare cells are rewriting medicine. But they're also forcing us to ask some of the biggest questions imaginable about what it even means to be an individual. Think about it for a second. If parts of you, your actual living cells, are living permanently inside your mother, and parts of her are living in you, where does one person end and the other begin? What does it mean to be a unique self? And what about life and death? If your grandmother's cells live on inside your mother and then get passed to you, doesn't that suggest a kind of biological immortality? A physical continuation of life that just blurs the line between generations? It's a pretty profound thought to end on. You are not just you. You're a constellation of family, a living archive stretching back through time. So the next time you think about who you are, maybe the better question to ask is this: who else lives within you?